It definitely don't have to be at 47. Like I said, I'm in a hurt business. 47 was kind of hard for me too. I was already talking about moving up in weight and challenging Charlo.
Terence Crawford's recent journey in the world of boxing has sparked intrigue and discussion among fans and experts alike. Following his resounding victory over Errol Spence Jr. in their July showdown, questions have emerged about his intentions regarding a potential rematch with Spence and his keen interest in facing the highly regarded Canelo Alvarez. Crawford's dominant performance against Spence was nothing short of extraordinary. He showcased his exceptional skills, impeccable timing, and ring intelligence, culminating in a convincing win. This victory not only solidified his position in the highly competitive welterweight division, but also opened doors to new possibilities. One might naturally assume that a rematch with Spence, given the intense rivalry and the potential for another thrilling encounter, would be Crawford's top priority. However, it appears that Crawford has set his sights on an even more substantial challenge, a showdown with Mexico's Canelo Alvarez, a global superstar in the world of boxing. The prospect of a Crawford versus Canelo matchup has captured the imagination of fight fans worldwide. But why is Terence Crawford so fixated on fighting Canelo Alvarez, despite the apparent contrast in weight classes between the two fighters? What has Crawford himself said about this intriguing possibility?
I know I wanted to fight Jermell, but if he lose to Canelo, I always said, man, that's a big step.
In a recent video addressing the weight class debate, Crawford offers insights into his mindset. He points out that many discussions revolve around the 147-pound weight class, a division smaller than the one in which Charlo, another highly regarded boxer, competes. Errol Spence, the man Crawford defeated in their epic battle, is also a member of this weight class. Crawford makes it clear that he has no desire to fight Spence again, citing the size difference as a key factor. Crawford explains, "I don't want to get credit for beating a smaller fighter." This statement reflects his eagerness to take on bigger challenges, and in the realm of professional boxing, there are few challenges bigger than facing Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez, in his own right, is known for moving through various weight divisions, showcasing his versatility and skill. His interview comments on the topic mirror Crawford's perspective. He expresses perplexity at the idea of facing a smaller fighter like Charlo, especially when discussions about a potential fight with Crawford, who is even smaller, are ongoing. Canelo's openness to the possibility shines through when he says, "You never know in boxing. It's possible, why not?" However, the backdrop to this potential mega fight is the rematch clause invoked by Errol Spence Jr. after his defeat to Crawford. The T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, bore witness to a fierce battle between the two fighters on June 29th. Crawford emerged victorious, solidifying his position as the welterweight division's undisputed king. Despite the loss, Spence Jr. exhibited his fighting spirit, battling until the 9th round before succumbing to Crawford's relentless onslaught. Spence Jr.'s decision to invoke the rematch clause in their contract following the fight signaled his desire to regroup and prepare for a second showdown. However, some boxing experts like Joel Diaz, a former pro boxer in the lightweight class, are skeptical about the prospects of a different outcome in the rematch. Diaz predicts a similar result, with Crawford emerging even stronger and more dominant. Diaz's statement, "It will be more beneficial for Crawford in a better fashion because he'll be stronger," underscores his belief in Crawford's prowess. Diaz also touches upon the weight class debate, pointing out that moving up to the 154-pound division might favor Crawford. He observes that on the night of their fight, Crawford appeared physically bigger than Spence Jr. Diaz's perspective is that while the rematch might be a smart business decision for Spence Jr., it doesn't necessarily benefit him from a competitive standpoint. Diaz's confidence in Crawford's abilities is evident, as he believes Crawford could have ended the first fight earlier, but chose to extend it. While the rematch with Errol Spence benefits Crawford due to the weight class, another weight debate looms when considering a potential matchup between Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Both fighters have emphasized the importance of weight classes in their discussions about potential opponents. Crawford's reluctance to receive credit for facing a smaller fighter, and Canelo's perplexity at the thought of fighting someone 2 weight classes below highlight the significance they place on this aspect. But is the boxing community placing too much emphasis on weight classes? While weight divisions are undoubtedly essential for ensuring safety and fairness in the sport, it's important to remember that boxing is not solely about weight. It's about skill, strategy, and the indomitable spirit of the fighters. Moreover, the weight debate becomes even more intricate when fighters intentionally gain or lose weight to fit into a particular class. This can sometimes come at the expense of their health, as rapid weight loss or gain can have detrimental effects on a boxer's performance and long-term well-being. In essence, while weight classes are undeniably crucial for the fairness and safety of the sport, an excessive fixation on them can detract from the essence of boxing, the demonstration of skill, strategy, and spirit in the ring.
Interested in moving up in weight for the rematch? It doesn't have to be at 47.
It definitely don't have to be at 47.
Boxing, like any other sport, is not just about the athletes and the competition. It's also a business. Television rights, sponsorships, ticket sales, and pay-per-view revenues are at stake. A lot of financial considerations come into play when determining matchups. The recent interest expressed by both Crawford and Canelo in a potential face-off has fans excited. But will the business side of boxing greenlight this high-profile match? Historically, many dream matches in boxing have never materialized due to business considerations. Existing contracts, especially rematch clauses like the one between Crawford and Spence Jr., can complicate matters. Additionally, promotional companies and managers, each with their interests and agendas, can influence decisions about who fights whom and when. While the business side of boxing is essential for the sport's sustainability and growth, it sometimes acts as a double-edged sword. It can facilitate big matches, but can also prevent them from happening. So, the question remains, will business considerations pave the way for a Crawford versus Canelo showdown, or will they play spoil sport? Another question arises concerning Terence Crawford's situation. Every athlete, regardless of the sport, grapples with a fundamental question during their career. Should they prioritize their personal legacy or strictly adhere to contractual obligations? Terence Crawford's recent reluctance to pursue a rematch with Spence Jr. due to a contractual agreement brings this dilemma into sharp focus. Contracts in boxing are binding agreements that outline the terms and conditions of fights, including the possibility of rematches. While these contracts provide security and clarity for fighters, they can also be restrictive. A boxer might feel compelled to take on a match that they believe doesn't align with their career goals or legacy aspirations. Crawford's situation underscores this tension. On one hand, honoring a contract is a professional obligation. On the other hand, every fighter wants to curate a legacy by choosing opponents that enhance their stature in the annals of boxing history. Legacy is intangible. It's about respect, honor, and how a boxer is remembered. Contracts, on the other hand, are tangible and legally binding, but can sometimes feel like shackles, preventing fighters from pursuing the matches they genuinely desire. Amid all the talk about Canelo fighting Terence Crawford, let's not forget that Canelo's next opponent is Jermell Charlo. Charlo, with a record of 31 wins, 1 loss, and 19 knockouts, is no stranger to the boxing community. When asked about Alvarez's career-defining win against Sergey Kovalev, Charlo pointed to Alvarez's remarkable feat of jumping from 160 to 175 pounds in 2019 and knocking out Kovalev in the 11th round of a fiercely competitive fight. Charlo praised Alvarez's performance, acknowledging Kovalev as a formidable opponent. He stated, "Kovalev was much bigger than him, stronger, and he annihilated him." Charlo considers the fight against Kovalev a significant win for Canelo. Charlo's upcoming fight against Alvarez is intriguing for several reasons. Firstly, Charlo is looking to emulate Alvarez's success by moving up 2 weight classes to challenge him. Secondly, Alvarez himself has oscillated between 168 and 175 pounds in recent years, showcasing his versatility. Charlo's future plans, however, remain somewhat ambiguous. He mentioned the possibility of challenging Terence Crawford or returning to the 154-pound division. Charlo stated, "I could easily make 154, but it will probably be harder after fighting Alvarez at 168 pounds. I should be defending my 154-pound world titles in 2024. This bout with Alvarez is not just a test of skill and strength, but also a strategic move for both fighters. For Alvarez, a win would further solidify his position as one of boxing's greats, adding another significant name to his already illustrious list of defeated opponents. For Charlo, a victory against Alvarez would catapult him to the upper echelons of the boxing world, proving his mettle against one of the sport's best. The boxing community eagerly awaits this clash on September 30th, as both fighters bring a unique set of skills, strategies, and strengths to the ring. Alvarez's experience and track record make him a formidable opponent, but Charlo's determination and recent performances suggest he's more than ready for the challenge. As for Terence Crawford, he has no option but to fight the rematch against Errol Spence Jr. The timing of this rematch remains uncertain due to Spence's ongoing recovery from an injury. Therefore, it appears that Crawford will have to wait for the opportunity to fulfill his dream of fighting Canelo Alvarez. In conclusion, the world of boxing is brimming with intriguing storylines, from weight class debates to contractual obligations and the delicate balance between legacy and contractual commitments. While fans eagerly await the prospect of a Crawford versus Canelo showdown, the business side of boxing and the complexities of the sport itself may have their say in shaping the future of these matchups. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for the latest updates and notifications.